We're in 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9 today, and I kind of like this verse because it gives a plug for the It Is Written program right in the opening. Listen to this. But as it is written, eye has not seen nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love Him. In recent years, I've noticed that a lot of Christians have kind of felt like the topic of heaven was something you only talked about publicly with little kids. It's almost like we've become a little intimidated by the world around us, and we don't want people making fun of us for believing in fairy tales or what they call pie in the sky. But at the same time, almost every human heart has a sense that something is missing in this world. We know that life on planet Earth is difficult and cruel, and somehow we all have this sense that it could be better. We long for something more, an easier, happier existence. We spend billions of dollars trying to conquer diseases. Our hearts are irresistibly moved to send food and supplies to countries whose people are racked by starvation. Something in the human heart just boils when we see injustice, when we see innocent people suffering or guilty people walking free. So where does all that come from? If we really evolved from lower life forms and the world we have is the product of long years of slow improvement, why aren't we happy with the status quo? Why not pat ourselves on the back for a job well done? After all, nowhere near as many people are getting eaten by bears as a few thousand years ago. Or is it possible that we still have a memory of a better time and a better place? Is there something left over from the misty pages of antiquity that drives us to look for a more suitable home? Christians should never feel ashamed of making plans for heaven. We're simply being honest with the homing instinct that everybody seems to have. We know there's something wrong, and we've found a solution to the problem. Of all the people on the face of the planet, we actually have some hope. So go ahead. Spend some time every day contemplating how the world would be different in the absence of sin. God has promised a new kind of kingdom, the kind without pain or suffering or tears or death. And all through the Bible, He holds that kingdom out in front of us, asking us to believe. As a human being, you already dream of better things. God's promise in today's passage is that no matter how much you dream, you couldn't possibly imagine how good His kingdom will be. We've been steeped in sin and misery for so many generations that we have a lot of trouble imagining a place where sin has no power over us. Because in this life, we have enough trouble sometimes just figuring out what sin actually is. But we are learning, and God dares us to dream. Eye has not seen nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love Him. We might have trouble really imagining it, but one thing's for sure, God's gearing up to give us a much better way to live.